Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the UK League Championship. We've had three really fun games. Maybe the first one's a little one-sided, but the other two have been fantastic. And we're rounding it out with MnM versus Demise, the last two teams we haven't seen yet here in the UKLC. So what are we making of these rosters? What do you think? What are you expecting here?
So, I mean, I really like both of these rosters. We're seeing a return for Demise of the duo Kerberos and Monkeys. We saw on Diabolus, they actually did defeat XL 2 splits ago and managed to get the EU Master spot, which was a pretty big achievement. We've seen on the side of MnM, they've invested heavily in their UK talent with Soph and Chimera in the mid lane. The dynamic duo who were part of the team and they brought a duo in as well. So 3 parts of the roster that made the great gauntlet run on field in last split. And then bringing Mummus back in the top lane. When Mummus was here, I would definitely say he was the best top laner in the league at that time.
Yeah.
So his return, definitely a good omen for MnM. But we are flying in the game very quickly.
Chimera has some big shoes to fill, though. He's taking place of Chibs, who was previously rookie of the split when he joined MnM, picked up by that team, and he had a fantastic showing for them on that. Chimera, we didn't have a lot from him. When he joined, he had that one game on Anivia on his first game, and he got like a really sick outplay. And then he kind of like settled down a little bit, and then that gauntlet run, it was like Chimera was one of the prime driving forces that made that gauntlet run for the side of
Tryndamere ban away from Kerberos.
Kerberos has been off in Korea. He went off for Crossfair, and he didn't make top 150.
Didn't quite match the LP.
He kind of did his own thing, like playing Tryndamere and Master Yi and things like that.
Well, yeah, he did well on Tryndamere, and Tank Casting top. That's another great one. But either way, Tryndamere banned away from him. Lee Sin from Soph, which is his signature pick. If we're talking banning away pocket picks, Soph on Lee Sin, Chimera on Anivia, both pretty formidable so far. Very different ban phase from what we've seen from other teams. Ornn being denied away from likely Mummus, but obviously it can be a flex. A lot of these power picks we frequently see, you know, the Akali, the Kiana, the Philios, the MF, the Senna. There's the Akali, but a lot of these things have been left open. Syndra, Lucian, all still available. Not too many of the tier 1 power picks being banned. We are seeing it a little bit at the end with that Senna, but MnM, they have first pick. We often see things like Aphelios, Misfortune, even the Jarvan of the game. Syndra, first picked in this situation. Just have to wait and see what it's going to be.
All right, well, it looks like the gauntlet might get thrown down here. We had it in the Fnatic game as the first pick, and MnM, they're going to do the same. Mummus going to get his hands onto the set to start us out.
This might be a more even fight regarding set, and I feel like this could be a little bit dangerous in the Kerberos because he's the sort of person who will pick something to beat you in the 1v1. Set obviously has a lot of strength to his kit, but I don't think he's like some of the other champs where he's just unbelievably strong and overpowered. I think there are weaknesses, there are lane matchups he's going to struggle in. Demise, they're just going to pick up the Misfortune. That leaves out of tier 180 carries. Philios is still available, but obviously can be vulnerable. We saw in the last game, Yusa struggled in the last team fight when he got burnt up. I would actually like to see a Jarvan here from Demise. I think Monkeys supports him well. He likes to play a jungler that facilitates his team. And the Jarvan MF combo is just so good.
Looks like that's going to be the lock-in here for Monkeys. Don't worry about that Cleanse and Ghost. He'll probably switch that off. MnM, what do they want to pick up here? They probably want to get themselves a jungler and an AD carry so they don't get those pinched a little bit, but we'll have to see. They
Bot lane could
try and
be a
get
big
priority
one.
somewhere else.
Bot lane could be a big one when you go into the MF. I feel like if you don't take an AD carry now, you're not going to get it at all. Varus Braum or Aphelios Braum is available right here, which would be a strong matchup, and it sort of denies things like the Leona that synergize well, but instead, Soph wants to prioritize himself after he's already been banned a little bit and going for that Olaf, which is a good matchup into the Jarvan.
I feel like the Braum here, like you can afford to get the AD carry pool pinched a little bit, but Braum is so nice into MF because you can put the Unbreakable up and just block so much of that.
Because if they ban Aphelios Varus, then they could still get others. But they're just picking their own champions. They're not going to swap.
You know, you're literally on the tournament client. Everything's unlocked. You don't have to pick for yourself.
Oh
yes! All right. I have spent my entire casting career hearing about Kerberos's Kayle. I've casted it once in like 2.5 years of covering the UK scene. It's not the original Kayle. I know that.
Do you know what I love?
He's good at it, but
no, if Soyren played it instead. But either way, I think this makes sense into the set. I think obviously in the early levels, he might be able to knock you around a little bit, but you get to the point where you can very easily start to just bully him when you have the range advantage. The scaling is insanely good as well. It's going to make it hard for Chimera to find success in team fights, and the LeBlanc threatening Rabstar on this misfortune. Bans are now coming through. The Thresh has been taken away from MnM. Banning away the Braum, I think, would also be a very valid option. But they still lack quite a bit of engage on the side of MnM, but they don't necessarily need it right now. Lissandra going to be banned away from Demise. Rumble's still open as well. Obviously wouldn't offer as a flex right now, but a lot of strength in that in tandem with the MF and the Jarvan. But I'm not sure I'd want to take that into the Anivia. Sorry, not the Anivia, the LeBlanc. I'm looking at Chimera, I'm thinking Anivia. But LeBlanc, a lot of strength in and of itself. And Ezreal actually be banned away, so one of the
comfort pick for a Chew.
Yeah, it is, and it's also good against Jarvan, but I feel like in this situation, if I was MnM, you could just take Lucian Braum, and you'd be pretty okay with that.
We could even go to like a true Chew champion. Like his most played in the summer split was that Xayah as well. I know it's not quite as high up on the priority list, but you do obviously have some elements of safety.
I wouldn't pick it here into the Jarvan, just because once you're trapped in by the Jarvan, there's no way you get out.
Yeah.
I think that's why they banned away the Thresh and the Ezreal, because both are like offering an avenue for the AD carry to get away. But Lucian's still available. You could very much take Lucian Braum here. It'd be really strong. You can kite away. And yes, it would be a very early game focused team composition for MnM. That's not something that I'm familiar with. And I feel like when you've already drafted in this direction, you just want to crush early with MnM and then potentially transition into a 1-3-1 in the later stages. For now, though, Cassiopeia going to come out likely in the mid lane up against the LeBlanc.
It's still technically a lap flex pick. It doesn't feel like something in Kerberos's champ pool. In his wheelhouse,
anything's in Kerberos's champ pool.
Anything that's not meta.
Yeah, basically.
If it's not meta, Kerb can play it.
Essentially, yeah. So Cassiopeia coming in, it offers that double flex between those two, but I have expectations where it's going to be. And this is very much an Achu special. Is the Ziggs. They got some changes recently. It increased distance when you pop the satchel charge, you knock opponents further away. And this works against Jarvan because you can very much just satchel charge to get out of the
Cataclysm. A little home to sit in.
Plus, it's so easy to interrupt the misfortunal. So makes sense completely in terms of a pick here and offers a strong element of scaling in the later stages. Question's going to be, what will be the support coming out for Fires? You could take so many things here. The Pike would even work, and you could roam heavily and leave the Ziggs alone. And it's not the Pike, but it's something that will roam heavily. You can essentially leave Ziggs alone post 6. If they try and dive him, he can ult the wave, or you have the Shen to come and assist him. And
he has actually a lot of people he can ideally ult to in a fight to get backline access. You can follow on the LeBlanc. You know, Soft can just put Ragnarok and run through the middle of the team. Mumus can just ult someone in while he's got the FES just channeling ult onto him. There's a lot of backline access for this Shen available with his ult if they want to use it aggressively. It's also fantastic to use defensively as well. MnM rounding out their comp, and now Demise, they've locked in the Nautilus as their final pick. So, Achu, he's going to be very good at poking them, but if he gets caught by that hook, he's going to take some serious damage.
Yeah, but I like what has been done so far by MnM. Their game is definitely on a clock by all means, but they've drafted a really strong composition to sort of pressure in the early game. In the early levels, Set will completely dominate that matchup. He's good in team fights. If you can ult the Jarvan back into his own team, you can do that from outside the Cataclysm as enough range. You ult him back into his own team and do a ton of AoE damage. Great mid-jungle strength. Great bot lane where the support can just roam. I really like it, but on the other side, Demise, they have so many scaling tools. Bot lane is a strong 2v2. Jarvan's good in the early, but Kale, Cassiopeia, and MF, if it goes late, Demise should just win this hands down.
Well, we are going to have to see, as I am loving the look of these comps. I'm so excited to see what they're going to do. Obviously, we're talking about Demise has a lot of scaling. They have some serious scaling. You were hitting on it, and I looked at their comp over again. I'm like, yeah,
this is a very pad composition. So Pad, the former coach for MnM, has returned again, and there was a lot of compositions who would draft like this for MnM back then. They'd have the LeBlanc in the mid lane, they'd have the Olaf. Back then it was the Jace in the top lane for Only Angel, where the composition either wins early or it loses, and they did have some failures with it, but they had a lot of success. So it feels like they've been playing in the same style, and I think it's definitely a solid approach. If you can play and just crush the game in the early, like we saw Fnatic Rising do early today, then why not? But Demise is definitely putting a timer on it.
Yeah, they definitely need to not give up too much early, but what are we going to see from MnM? Where are they going to put that attention to make sure that they do get that time to scale, to get into the game where it just gets to the point where it's going to make MnM's life really hard?
So top side of the map, 100%. You don't really want to go bot lane as Olaf until you're level 6 because there's a lot of CC going around and it can just essentially render you useless. So top side of the map, if Kael's a melee champion, so if she ever overextends, if the wave's in a bad position, she should just die. And then mid lane, you have a LeBlanc. So if you can free her up, if you can apply pressure, get control of the vision, you can then expand that out. I want to see that for both Ephias and Soph. Working in tandem between your jungler and your support is really important. Move the support up to mid, get control of the area, and then Chimera is free to roam and take over the game. He had some really good performances on LeBlanc last split, particularly when we were playing in the Gauntlet where Phelan had that miracle run.
Well, we take to the Rift one last time today. The first day of the UKLC. Spring Split for 2020 has delivered so far. And let's hope this fourth and final game can do so too. Group up here from Demise towards this top side. MnM is in the bush, so he'll spot anyone moving out. He's in a nice defensive spot as well, so they should be able to get away if they do go for anything. But it looks like for now, Demise not willing to step forward. Everyone's just going to base up and look to head it back onto the map. Curb going for the longsword and the refillable potion. So obviously wants to try and get into his items as quick as possible. MnM tries out the Haymaker.
Yeah, if that hit, that'd have been a little bit rough. But again, Kerberos just chill on the top side. Early game going to be really important. They're getting a leash from bot lane, and I cannot emphasize enough. Bot lane.
Curb's just lost so much health.
Yeah, I think he got hit by that Haymaker.
He traded with MnM. I saw the grit stacking up and I went, that's not what you want to do, dude.
This is Kerberos 101. Lose early, scale. But either way, I cannot emphasize this enough that MnM's going to hit him with again. He gets a true damage as well.
Oh,
I like how
he's out of potions,
the
by the way.
champion with the range advantage is the set.
He's literally out of potions already.
But MnM just outranges him in this matchup. In the early game, he's going to absolutely destroy him, and Kerberos just has to scale up.
He's going to...
Until 6. Doesn't get the true damage there. But anyway, go back to the state of the game. MnM, their bot lane was forced to leash, and that is because bot lane is so unimportant. Great chain comes in, and Zorian's flash already burned. No cleanse available to get out of chains. Good moves, and as I said, bot side does not matter for Soph right now. He wants to play aggressive round the top side and play around his two lanes with huge priority. I mean, I say that. Rabstar goes down somehow. Didn't get to see that off screen. I think it would have been a taunt flash coming out from Ephias using both his summoners. And Rabstar, the sub for Demise, I want to note. Their usual 80 carry, Dragdar, he'll recognize from his time on Diabolus, has something come up, so he's unable to play for this week, so Rabstar stepped in as a sub. So I was hoping things would go well, but unfortunately, off to a rough start here. I said bot lane wasn't important to Soph, and I still think that's true. He's probably not going to put attention down there.
Teleport
they don't need
by
it.
Curb. Curb has 4 CS. He's down 10 at the moment. Walks back in, takes a Haymaker. Luckily, it wasn't the true damage side of the Haymaker. Actually going to take a Face Breaker and a Haymaker to the face. Has now got that heal available, so he should be able to heal himself up, but it is a rough start for Kerberos on his signature champion as Chimera just goes for a trade, and those minions are going to do a lot of extra damage to Zoran.
Yeah, really good lane control coming out, and this is expected. LeBlanc has that early priority. Zoran, he can win trades, but you burn through so much of your mana that you're essentially useless after that, so you have to be really careful about it, and the wave's in a good spot.
Also running the Phase Rush and not the Conqueror. We've seen a lot of Cassiopeia start to opt into the Conqueror because you can stack it up very quickly.
Less so since the nerfs, and I think particularly against this composition, in this lane matchup in particular, it's kind of rough because, I mean, 1, Phase Rush is great against Olaf, but also 2, you're not really going to get a chance to stack Conqueror against the LeBlanc.
Yeah, true.
And now Kerberos, he did catch up a little bit in CS. He's level 4, so he's nearly a champion.
Closing in.
Yep.
He's only just hit level 4 though. You can see his XP bar at the bottom of your screens. He's a long way off level 5 currently, so...
And then he has another to go. Chimera doesn't get the chains. The axe comes in. That would have been Zoran dead, guaranteed. But now the wave position is really good. Chimera can freeze it in front of his tower. He can go reset. He has teleport as well. Zoran's been really greedy here. He wants to stay to push it in, and he's waiting for the reset. This was very greedy. If they hung around, he would be dead here 100%. But he does not want the wave to be frozen. And he's done a pretty good job of negating it because Chimera cannot hold his wave. He loses too much HP. I mean, he's going to try. but he will lose a lot of HP here.
Yeah, he does lose a fair amount, but he has the corrupting potion, so it's not really the end of the world. He can heal that back up.
So he does reestablish the freeze, which I think is pretty worth. You have the jungle pressure, so why not? But does trade a lot of HP for it, so prove me wrong. Can't hold it. Zorian went for the greedy recall, but he now has that tier available, so you can start stacking it up. Again, looking for that scaling element for Demise. A little bit of a slow game, but once level 6 is hit, that's when I expect the pressure to sort of come online. Chimera can threaten these roams really hard because he has the double distortion. MnM has the all-in pressure of his ult. Soft has his available, and then the global ultimates from the bot lane can come into play.
In the damage, but MnM is able to put onto Curb here. That CS deficit is now starting to grow. Chains go a little bit wide. Zoran pots the phase rush, and now they're just turning that back around. Soft has to flash the wall. Almost getting caught out there. FS and the Chew now moving down. They do have that taunt available.
So no flash. Monkey should just be able to walk this one out. Move over, and yeah, really good punish onto the Olaf. Pre-6 definitely vulnerable to that all-in pressure.
It's in the power of the phase rush as well there. Doesn't get slowed as much by that axe throw, and it's just able to walk in circles around the slowed Soft from the miasma he puts on the floor. But MnM, they are going to use this opportunity to get their hands on to the Mountain Drake.
Things pretty slow at the moment, but we're getting towards that point. Level 6 available for Chimera now. Essentially one hits the wave and clears through, and now Ping's coming out into Kerberos. I don't think he's aware of MnM being there. He's level 6, so he's got that range and he's flexing it. But Chimera's coming for a roam, and MnM, he's chasing him towards him. Yeah, Kerberos, you're dead. You're just dead.
Wants to try and see if he can flash the wall, but the chains do connect. He doesn't have the mana to use the divine intervention, and MnM just punches him.
No way you're getting out of that.
Monkey's also making sure that Zoran is nice and safe, pushing this wave in. It's Chimera. Did roam up to get that assist. So obviously did lose a little bit of pressure in the mid lane, but he's actually back. He's not going to really lose any minions here, and he's going to maintain his lead over Zoran.
Slow-paced game.
Definitely.
Not too much happening. But I'm still waiting for those spikes, those big moments. Soft getting closer to that level 6 point. Zoran just hovering around, constantly playing with that fog to make Chimera guess on where he is. Chimera is no longer freezing away in front of the tower. He's just pushing it in.
But Chimera's going to take a little bit of poke there. Chains will proc.
We're both spawning in a little bit of time, though, so Chimera likely going to want that one. And he's going to go for a reset here. Just pick up some items. Let's have that lost chapter now. So more mana just to shove the wave in. A little bit of damage.
So now cooldown reduction is quite nice for him as well. So
yeah, Herald up, so they could definitely put a lean towards that one if they want to prioritize it. They could crack the turret of Kerberos pretty easily on the back of it. Although I think the big thing they're waiting for is that Shen level 6. Definitely an important spike. Whenever you go for those skirmishes across the map, just essentially guarantees you have a number advantage if you play it correctly.
Soft tried to freeze the wave there for Chimera, and
yeah, messed it up,
unfortunately. So a little bit unlucky there for old Chimera, but he's okay. He's still got himself a lead. He's still pretty strong in this lane. You can see Zoran working towards his lost chapter of his own, wants to get the Archangels finished up. Kerberos just sitting on components of his everything. He's a long way of completing anything at the moment. As MnM looks just to run him down. Facebreak is not going to quite make its mark.
Kerberos pretty comfortable at this point, though, because you have the range advantage to farm, and if he runs at you like that, you can just use your W to speed yourself up and get away from the Facebreaker. Nice pink ward coming out. That's going to spot out Monkeys, so they're aware of his position. And that means Soft very free to go for this Rift Herald. It's the thing we expected him to look for. MnM's trading pretty heavily. Won't quite hit on that one. He's actually taking a lot of damage in this trade. This is where the matchup starts to get rough, because there's not the best gap closers on set. Even his ultimate is pretty short range compared to, like, say, Vi's ultimate.
Yeah.
So you have to get quite close to them to activate it. And even then, if you ult the Kale, you're completely committing to the all-in. So just in trades, he just gets kited out by Kerberos. Soft showing up in the top side, though. This will apply some more pressure, and it's likely we'll see that Rift Herald thrown down here. Question mark pings coming out. They're scared. If you look on the minimap, Chimera's out of vision. They have no vision of Chimera here, so they have no idea if he's top lane. So Kerberos is so worried about being dived, even though all that's happening is the blue's being handed off to LeBlanc.
Well, once Chimera shows back up in lane, he'll be aware of what's gone on. She's just looking for a base now. Does have that teleport available.
And level 6 from Shen, critically now available. So they go for those aggressive plays, they'll have the Shen to follow. What I actually would like to see is the Shen just roam about, and then if he needs to join bot lane, he can just ult. Because Ziggs is so much wave clear, he can handle everything, but like a dive coming out from several members of Demise, in which case you can ult down to help him out. But for now, Fire's just going to show up. Wanted to proc up his Sightstone. Now it does have the Sightstone charge. Dragon coming up in less than a minute. MnM obviously got that first one. And they're starting to get a little bit of control over the bot side. River. I'm just going to reset and have items. So if they want to fight here, this is a good spot. Oh.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
I was like, he just gave up 2 minions.
I thought Kerberos was just contemplating.
Yeah, he was just having a little finger. Guys, how do you... This isn't the Kale I used to play. They changed Kale, right?
Do you know what it was? He was on pro builds. No, I'm joking. Kerberos has played a ton of Kale.
Old Kale.
No, new Kale.
Yeah, I know.
He played so much new Kale when it came out, even when everyone else was like, it's garbage.
He was first to play it. And actually, he won on it.
Yeah, but even when new Kale was garbage, he just played so much of it to try and find out a build, and then it sort of became okay.
Yeah.
And now he's playing it here, where it's probably not the most meta pick, definitely not the most meta pick, definitely mostly outside the meta, but in the set, definitely can scale up. Right now, the state of the game is we're seeing MnM posture pretty heavily. They still have that Herald available, so they can apply pressure down on the bot side, use that Herald, say, mid, to drag their attention away from the Dragon and pick that one up. I think we've talked about how gold tends to be more important than dragons in the early game in terms of trading, but the Dragon would add another wing condition to MnM. If they can get them going quickly, they could even get an Elder Dragon on the cards before they've completely been outscaled, and that can obviously be another avenue they can get back in the game. They could have one there by like 25, 26 minutes and still look pretty strong.
Well, we're just waiting for Kerberos to reconnect to the game. So we've got a little bit more time to talk. How you found Sweden? We're actually in Sweden right now.
Sweden.
It's bloody cold.
I like it being cold.
Yeah,
like
you're from the north,
climate.
mate, so you like that.
Yeah, it's cold there. It's cold here. It's pretty good.
You're kind of like one of those big fluffy dogs. They like to be outside more than they do inside. One of the old UK casters, Desertu, does Rainbow Six now.
I know his dog. Very well.
He has a Samoyed, which is just it's a cloud, effectively. It's the cutest thing ever, but that dog just wants to be outside all the time.
Yeah.
Because it's made for the cold, and you're basically made for the cold as well. I'm basically saying you're a Samoyed. Saying you're a cute dog.
Okay. Right.
How do you feel about that?
I'm not sure how to take that one. I thought you were implying I was insulated, and I was like, dude,
no.
That's harsh, man.
And I called you cute. Oh man, I mean, you can make those jokes. I can't, dude.
Yeah, I mean, you can. I can take it.
It's cold. We had to sit in the car for a while.
Yeah, it's nice. Oh, what we did see, the highlight of our Sweden trip, is we were driving by on the way to the studio, and we saw this massive building just peer out the darkness.
And we're IKEA?
You ruined it. I'm setting it up and you ruined it. But yes, it was IKEA. There's a huge IKEA here.
They're everywhere. They're actually everywhere.
But there's a mammoth one.
There is actually they're always big. IKEA's always big.
Yeah, but that one was like I literally have to crane my neck to look at it.
I actually think we have to go in at some point.
And just walk around.
One of the weeks. Yeah. Just go get some meatballs. See some flat pack furniture.
Consider buying some to put into our places.
We've actually got IKEA tables.
Everything's IKEA. No,
everything in the apartment actually is IKEA.
I'm in the apartment and I want to get a knife to prepare some food I was making. And I was just like, guess where it's from? Guess where it's from?
The curtains are IKEA. The tables we have are IKEA.
The casters are IKEA.
Yeah, we're flat packed. Easy to ship.
That's how they got us over here. It was just easier.
Yeah, I flew with Norwegian Air on the way in. I had to actually unpack and build my chair before we took off.
I got FedExed.
It's actually a really beautiful country. It's a really pretty country.
I really liked it.
Yeah, I know.
We haven't had much chance to sit because we only just arrived on.
You were Saturday, I was Sunday.
Saturday, you were Sunday, and then we had 4 days. We've got 4 days of casting. We're halfway through, a little over half.
What? Yeah.
And then I'll have some time to explore.
We're literally on game 4 of day 3. I say we're well over half at this point.
Yeah.
We only have 5 games effectively left.
That's sad.
That's actually kind of sad.
But then we all have a whole season ahead of us. So many games, twice as much of us because we're casting both the Nordic Championship and the UKLC. More conversations like this, more pauses so that we can talk about.
I mean, it's
completely
not the
irrelevant
UK
stuff.
scene without delays, right? One thing I've noticed is this is nowhere near as purple on that screen as it is on this screen.
Yeah, it looks blue on that screen.
Does it let us know? Hashtag UKLC. Still the same hashtag we've always had.
We actually
Whether or not the
copyrighted it.
screen is blue or purple to you.
Oh, yeah.
It is actually
That's
super
where we
blue
are.
on the
That's
screen.
where we are right now.
Yeah. There's a lot of monster.
Yeah, so if you're in Sweden, don't come say hi. We're busy.
We got the Nordic scene and the UK scene to do.
Yeah.
And when we're not doing that, we're in IKEA buying more furniture for our flat.
Actually, our flat is actually in a IKEA. You didn't realize because I blindfolded you when we went in.
Oh,
But
we're
it's
staying,
just-
we're
it's
staying in one of the
displays.
showrooms, right?
Yeah, literally. Quite cozy.
It is super cozy.
Yeah. I'm looking at the game. I'm looking at the game on the screen, and I'm like, is there anything I really want to talk? And there is. There actually is.
Go on then.
Looking at Demise, something I haven't talked about is the support Kalira. So he was previously on a roster in the Nordics, which was with your boys Denvoxnate and Hidden, which you'll recognize from Demise last split. And he qualified with them. He was their shot caller. That was a big role he took upon himself. And now transferring over to this Demise roster. And that's something I was really interested in, is him working in tandem with Monkeys. Because for me, support jungle pairings are always very vital, because those two are the ones who can actually leave their lane. Everyone else has to pick up the farm and stuff, which is all boring. So I think Monkeys has always been the sort of player who supported the rest of his team, made the carries shine. And Kalera being a vocal shot caller, I think this could be really a good base for Demise. But then they just pick all scaling, so they're just essentially AFK in the game.
Yeah, one of the things actually I've noticed is we've had Cleanser and Clearer. So a lot of cleaning going on.
Yeah, that's
so far today.
That's not actual names. We changed them to hint at something.
Oh.
Jake. You need to vacuum the place we're staying at.
Actually, it's super clean.
Yeah.
I did the dishwasher today. We're going to cut to a quick break
Well,
while we...
Well, can everyone say well
I
done to
adulted
Jake?
today.
He unloaded the dishwasher.
Well, you were walking around in your boxes doing nothing, so I might as well clean the place up.
Wait, you enjoying that? Don't lie.
I mean, I could do it in a dishwasher while I'm having fun.
You didn't turn it on. You just unloaded it.
We're not going to break. We're talking.
I loaded it and turned it on.
You did.
All you did was unload it. And everyone knows.
Also, I did all your washing up.
Everyone knows.
We've been staying together for 3 days. We're arguing over cleaning
you can
already.
tweet at me. It's a fact. Unloading is the easier job, is the better job.
You put a tablet in a thing and you close it. What are you on about?
Unloading, you have to put all the stuff into the dishwasher. You have to scrape the food off into the bin. You have to.
I do that. I
clean it
I
to a
didn't
degree to get them
leave
in.
stuff for you to put in the
but
dishwasher.
what I'm saying is loading is the worst job. Everyone knows everyone who has siblings knows the jobs get split, and everyone always wants unloading the dishwasher.
In my house, we just put our stuff in the dishwasher. And that's what we've been doing here. You haven't put any of my stuff in the dishwasher.
I'm thinking.
No, I have. You haven't.
I don't
All
remember.
you've done is put a tablet in and close the
pretty sure
dishwasher
there
and
was
turn the bloody thing
something.
on.
Maybe a knife or something you left out.
Does that qualify it?
Okay, maybe not our specific situation, but in general, unloading is the worst, is the better job, sorry. Unloading the dishwasher is the better job than loading it, and that's a fact.
Sure, dude.
And,
Yeah.
people can tweet at me and let me know that I'm right. If anyone says otherwise, you're getting blocked. I'm laying out now. That's how I'm working.
Speaking of blocks, I unblocked the toilet as well, so...
Well, you can't blame it on me. You were the last one to use it before I got blocked. So, blame that one on you.
I know, I was the one that noticed it was blocked. I didn't block it.
You literally said you...
To be fair, actually, our
You
boss
used
was
the
the one that
toilet.
came in and used it.
You
And
used
then
a
I
toilet.
noticed it was
You
blocked.
used a toilet. You flushed it, and you're like, "Oh yeah, the toilet's blocked." And then I'm like, "Okay." You know the standard adult response is in that situation. You unblock the toilet.
Well, you went, I don't know how to, and left.
No, I did not. You're making things up now. That's slander.
That's okay. While we're waiting for Kerberos to load back into the game, we're actually going to cut to a very quick break. Hopefully, it won't be too long because I'm sure you don't want to hear about orcs blocking any more toilets. So we'll see you after the break.
I'm opening the case against you in the court of law.
See you in a second.
Look, next time you can just do all of it then.
I mean, hello. Welcome back. they had to cut the break short because they thought we were going to get into a punch-up. Luckily, we're going to see a punch-up here as Mumus is remaining on the set. Everything is fine. Kerberos had a street blackout, apparently.
He has reconnected now. Only missed a few CS for it, and Herald being thrown down bot lane, but Monkeys is in the wings if they want to engage.
Achu also used the satchel charge very early, so there was no way that was going to get executed there. They have got a way to push up, but some plate gold going to go over.
You can threaten him though, you know. You're sitting there like, if we do 300 more damage to this tower, it's gone.
That's the sending the message part.
Yep. I don't even need this satchel charge. You guys can engage and I'm fine. Second dragon being picked up by MnM here. This gives a little bit of a alone time to Kerberos. He gets a plate. I'm sure he's enjoying that one. Late game fantasy on Kale is the goal right now. Soft. The Fire's just going to pick up this dragon.
Ocean Soul is going to be the one we get as well in this game. FES is going to be able to clear out this pink here. Placing some more aggressive vision into the side of Demise's jungle. Kerberos, it was a rough start to him, but he's done a fantastic job to be able to pull himself back into this game. Obviously, still a long way away from hitting that late game KO we all kind of love, kind of hate. Depends which one you've got.
I think one of the issues with the new iteration of KL is it's less hyper carry because, I mean, it does a ton of damage, but the issue is if you ult yourself, you can't auto attack. That's one of the big limiting factors. So KL often relies on having another champion with her who she can sort of protect. So like if they all dive on a Rabstar or Zoran, he can ult them. The AoE damage comes down. It's pretty successful. But now Mummus might be in trouble.
Oh, that's actually the Haymaker used as well. Depth charge comes up. Teleport's coming down, though. Looking to turn this around as the Taunt Flash is going to be there. Monkeys looks to jump away. In comes the Face Breaker. Not going to jump in for more. No show-stopping ultimates here from Mummus.
And that's just a huge win coming out for Demise. The trade of Flash was roughly even, but you get 2 teleports out from MnM. On top of the fact that you get that Channel as well. I believe a Chu must have TP'd bot because there's no way Kerberos can cancel it. By the way, a lot of summoners been from the side of MnM just to defend off that one. So absolutely going to take that one.
And Mummus just lost no health. He flashed and he was fine.
I mean, that's set for you. The passive regen is pretty ridiculous. And our Rabstar lone HP has to be a little bit careful his face doesn't get broken.
Soft looking to break some faces of his own. Picks up the red buff and Monkeys just going to have to peel away from him. Now that this Ocean Drake's up, there's a lot more bushes to work with. The shrubbery has grown. Mummus going to get himself some plates just before they fade away.
And I think with him, the extra brushes really favor whenever you're looking for picks. Because there's a lot more spots you have to ward. There's a lot more space that Chimera can use that he can jump out from and potentially one-hit someone. So makes things a little bit more difficult for Demise.
Chimera jumps in onto Zoran, gets himself the chains and the sigil off. In comes the Ragnarok and down goes Zoran. Chimera picks that one up, but they are going to look to turn it around. But that healing is so big. Chimera is going to find himself a kill, and Soft is alive for so long. The bullet time will finish him off, though, and Chimera now having to piece off out of there.
I think he's out. No way. Oh, the flash comes in, but a little bit ambitious from Kerberos. A distortion timer is not too long. Top lane tower went down. 2 Mummus there. And overall, a big win. Soft doing loads of work on this Olaf.
You think that's bad? Wait till Ocean Soul comes through. It's going to be even worse. Back when they first released the Souls, quite famously, Olaf was horrible to play into. I think they had to adjust Ocean a little bit. But for now, we are still a bit of a ways off any Souls coming through in Demise. They have something to say about the next few Souls. They have a good team fight available to them with obviously the likes of Monkeys and Rabstar being able to layer their ultimates down on top of each other.
And that's the big thing. The late stage is going to be hard to deal with the team fight potential of Demise. And also even the side lane, Hail does become very hard to go up against. Level 11 are hit by Kerberos, so you can use those waves to shove even faster. But MnM still 3,000 gold ahead. 2 dragons in their pocket. Sending Mummus down bot side just to hold off Kerberos. And you can see Soft heading over to the Rift Herald. Secure that one. All 2 out of towers down. They haven't yet got the mid one. And this Herald could likely be used to take that one down. At that point, they can start to extend their control off the map. Next dragon will spawn in less than a minute, though.
Soft is spotted out on the ward, but it gets placed down by Zoran. But there's a ping to make sure they don't get too much information, too much extended information there. But the Herald falls Soft to pick it up, and he's even going to get himself a Scuttle Crab as well, so a bit of additional gold for him as well. Chimera pushing up in the top side. He's got a big wave to work with. Actually just going to ping over into that darkness.
And I think
Fog of War.
The plan now is to head over to mid, throw down the Herald to pressure mid tower, and then you can use that pressure to get control of the dragon area. If you get a tower, great. But good answer here from Rabstar to ult the wave away to deny that. So yes, they will get the Herald down, but with no wave, it's not going to have maximum effectiveness.
Well, if Chu can get a satchel off, if there's enough damage laid down, not quite in execution range, so that's good there. Good ulti comes out from Rapstar.
But the thing is, he now doesn't have that ultimate for this next team fight. Dragon up. Demise, I don't think they want to contest this one, but if they let it go, it means MnM are 1 away. It's a lot harder to stop them from getting that Dragon Soul when you have to deny every single one.
That's a very early soul as well. We're only 17 minutes in and they're going to be 1 away. They've been smashing out these Drakes as quick as possible.
And I think it's important when you're playing against a scaling team, if you get the Elder available early, it means you have that extra win condition. Because even when a team outscales you, if you get the Elder, there's a good chance you'll still win the fight. But my concern is that, yes, MnM have stacked up these Dragons, but their gold advantage isn't super substantial at this point. 17.5 minutes, 23k up, but nice damage coming down onto Zoran from Chimera. They need to up the pace of this game. I think a big thing for me is they haven't really utilized the Shen ult at all. I really praised this bot lane combo because the Ziggs can just handle on his own, and then they can use the Shen to assist in plays on the map. The only time we've seen the Shen ult come in was when on a defensive play. And with Shen, you want to be aggressive with him. If you're just playing defensive, often the other team just disengages or they can kill through the shield. It takes pretty bad read from the other side for them to fall prey to a defensive Shen ult. I want to see the aggressive one come out, and we've been waiting such a long time for it.
He used it once in the top lane, but that was defensively for Mummus.
That is what I just said.
Yeah. I've said it so many times, but I just tune you out at this point, dude.
Yeah, understandable.
We see Mummus actually doing a bit of a different thing here. So with Fnatic earlier, we actually saw Pride go for Triforce on the set. We've seen the Cleaver build come out from Mummus, so...
Cheaper spike, earlier spike.
There's not so many tanks to be cutting through.
It's not always about that, though.
But yes, like you said, cheaper and earlier spike.
Yeah, it makes you bulky as well. There's already quite a bit of damage coming out from his team composition. And a more teamfight focused build. Because, I mean, Triforce is great at taking towers, but Black Cleaver, being bulky in these fights, is a massive factor. It's not often that you're going to be right on top of Rapstar punching him. But extra health does mean extra potential grit damage. Ooh. Burst coming out on Rapstar.
Big Mega Inferno Bomb. Does obviously have the nullifying orb, so he was able to block up some of that damage, but it wasn't really in execution range, so... He's going to be fine as Rapstar goes back to base to heal up.
TP coming in from the Zig, so wanting to apply pressure on this mid lane tower. They get a second alone with it, it's going to go down, so finally MnM have broken the base with the satchel.
Well, at least cracked the map with the satchel. So all of the outers down. Now they can move in aggressively. Soft instantly passed in and looks to clear out these wards with Ephias. They want to get control around this bot side of the map where Mummus is playing, where one of their stronger members are playing, and where Demise's arguably weakest role is at the moment. The Kale still needs some time. Has got level 12, so has got 2 points into the upgrades there, as Mummus will take a bit of damage, but a good ulti comes down. Rapstar's ultimate so far have been very solid, but they've been defensive to clear out waves.
Big brain macro players coming out from Rapstar. Let's see. We're going to get a little bit of lone time on the top side, but they're scared of the rotation coming up from Chimera, so they will just reset and recall. It's good aggressive vision coming out on the bot side from MnM. You can see some deep control wards, but the issue with that is it's on the wrong side of the map for now. There's no pressure towards the Baron, although it does allow them to set up early for that next dragon spawning. Will be a little bit of time before that, but it would be that Ocean Soul. Really strong on the Olaf. You saw how much healing he got earlier. You can amplify that even more, as well as that the set benefits massively from it.
Does indeed.
Mummus in the top lane. Does have his flash available. Zoran and Monkeys waiting for him.
They've also got Clearer with them as well. He's just moving actually over towards his alcove, so he has somewhere defensive to play. Has still got that tower. He knows that no one can be seen on the map right now, so he knows he's not going to step up, not going to be greedy for a wave, maybe for a pick. Just steps back until people are seen on the map and plays defensively.
Five-man strength coming in from Demise in the mid lane. To apply pressure and lean down on this dragon. It's spawning less than a minute. They know they cannot give this one up. Would mean the Dragon Soul for MnM. This is the point where Demise have said, enough scaling, we have to fight. And if you look at the items, Zoe on some pretty big spikes with that fully stacked Seraphs and the Leandries, but the response from MnM is to keep applying the side lane pressure. Set. Mummus is just pushing up in the top side. He's got plenty of cover from those control wards. The Chu's going to clear out the wave mid. Priority coming in. I think they just end up trading towers here, so...
Mega Inferno Bomb.
Yeah, Mega Inferno Bomb. Down the mid lane. Mummus gets that, and they don't get that tower. They're now going to look for this dragon, but Soft is in the area. TP available for Mummus.
Yeah, he's got the Sterix available as well, but it looks like for now, they might just give this up and look to pressure onto these turrets. They know it's only one ocean. They know they can look to get the next one, so they're just going to say, sure. Actually, still did! Oh, the Ragnarok pins him in place, and that is going to be the end of Soft. But what a hero! MnM gained everything here. They're going to take a turret inside the base, a turret outside the base. And
the
they are
Ocean
just
Soul.
so in control now.
What a play coming out from MnM. They knew they didn't need to win the team fight, but now in trouble.
Ooh.
Nice little fancy feat there with a flash, but even so, Soft trades his life. They now have a 6,000 gold lead, 2 more towers down, the base broken, and that Ocean Soul critically. We said MnM need to find the win in this game early. They're still finding some big advantages for themselves.
And that gives us such an early Elder Drake. It's going to be really hard for Demise to be able to contest that, as they're going to be fighting into an Ocean Souled MnM, who have the earliest strength, have the biggest spikes in their items currently. And Demise, they still need a little bit more time. Kerberos ideally wants to be level 16, so he gets as much damage as possible. Then he really starts to take over the game. Rabstar currently sitting on 1,600 gold. I believe he has an item and a half under his belt. Has just spent his gold, so we'll see once we toggle off the gold how much what he's bought. But yeah, he's not even got that Infinity Edge. He'll have it for the Elder fight, obviously, but he is in a rough spot so far.
Absolutely is. MnM, this is the point that will define the game. Now going to be looking towards that Baron Nashor. They have all the advantages they can sort of accrue at this point. They need to find a fight for the right pick. If they get backline access, if they get on top of Zoran and Rabstar is flashless. Pretty easy to do. They are stronger across the board right now. Chu, however, is sitting on a ton of gold, so likely they want him to recall before they go for this fight. 2,300 in his pocket, almost enough to pick up 2 needlessly large rods.
Yeah, and he doesn't really need to go for the Morellos as well, because there's not that much healing, so he'll just sit on the Oblivion Orb. Probably look to pick up a Death Cap. Yeah. The next item, so he has as much kind of wave clear, as much poke as possible.
You could. I don't understand the Merlin Omcom, because there's a decent amount between Zoya and Rabstar and Kerberos, but again, I agree with you. I don't think it's needed. Maybe the other team had the Ocean Soul, but I think the raw damage is a thing now, because you get a Rabadons right now with the full pen between the Oblivion Orb and the
Chimera. They go for the bomb. Oh, they go back in. Bit of damage there, but they are the tankier members. Slow comes down, but the Ragnarok's there, and Soft finds himself a kill. That should just be the opening for Baron.
A little bit of a wasted channel there from Matthias, but overall, they get the play, they get a kill. That's the warder from Demise. Going to find them vision. Gonna apply a little bit of damage to this tower, but get zoned off again. Rabstar clearing the wave with his ultimate. They're not confident enough to go for the Baron right now, but a pick definitely goes in their favor and allows them to establish more vision control in the area.
Oh, clearing out this wave here. Rabstar, again, just has to use a very defensive ultimate. The bullet time being down is just another potential option for MnM to feel a little bit more comfortable. They can clear out this pink ward, clear out all the vision in the area.
Chimera looking for a pick here. Clara might just die again. He's just respawned.
Oh.
They see the chain, they'll back off, but no vision you can see on the mini-map. They have no information around the Baron. Soft hasn't started yet, but they're just waiting for a pick. You can see a Fias and Chimera hiding in the jungle, waiting for someone to face check. And now they have to move in. They're going to use the blue trinket.
They spot him out. It's actually been started up here by Soft.
A lot of healing potion means he will stay healthy.
Chimera on that flank. If anybody goes the long way around, they could get picked off. There isn't any vision here for Demise to work with, and a lot of their vision inside the pit is being denied. Flag is going to get thrown down, and Baron is continuing to be attacked here.
Something's getting very low, though. This could be risky.
Yeah, they think better of it. They were trying to bait them forward, trying to find that pick as Mummers looking for Kerberos. Kerberos doing a lot of damage. Does get himself the slow down. Yeah, Curb. One level off level 16, and that's when that starts to hurt. So when it starts to really, really hit into the MnM members. Infinity Edge finished up on Rabstar. He'll be looking towards his rapid fire cannon soon, so he can get those kind of empowered auto attacks off. Chu teleports back to the lane with Death Cap now, so he has a lot of poke to him. And this is going to be the weakness for MnM. They don't have a traditional AD carry, so their Baron clear is actually a little bit slower.
But you look at the item spikes for Chimera and a Chu, this is it. This is the big point of the game. They have the double pen. They have both of them on Rabadons with the Ludens as well. They are hitting hard right now. You want to take a fight here and get the Baron before these carries and Demise get any more time to scale. They're getting control of the Baron area. If anyone comes to contest, they will receive so much damage in the back end from a Chu and Chimera.
Well, they also have that Baron spawning up as well. Sorry, the Dragon spawning up soon as well. So they have even more kind of potential avenues to play around. You've got Mumus with teleport just pushing away in the bot lane. You did see he's struggling a little bit versus Curb, but he's actually been to base and got himself the Spirit's Visage, so he has a little bit additional kind of magic resist and MR to work with. Rabstar's going to have to move.
That was bold. Rabstar just I feel like Chimera could have just killed him. I think he had cooldowns unavailable, but I mean, you're an AD carry just walking into LeBlanc, but they are going to start the Baron up now, get the damage on it. No vision available, and the only blue trinket is from Kerberos, so they have to move him. Yeah, they've used it now. They're very aware of this, but the cautious approaching.
Big old taunt could come down. Half health onto Baron, and they decide to peel away. Demise just calling their bluffs every time. That's the Mega Inferno Bomb onto 4 members. Just do a little bit of poke, but it's not really anything impressive yet. They just want this Elder. They're peeling all that. They're peeling bot wave.
A lot of poke coming down from a Chu, and it will stick. No Oceans available for Demise. They do have a little bit of healing from them, though. Got to be cautious approaching this one. They're going to push the mid-wave in response. If they give up this Elder, though, the game may well just be over.
He's going to flash away. Doesn't want to get caught out here at all. Elder Drake is being started up. The hook comes wide. Chimera doing his best just to be a nuisance in the side. Elder actually going to get de-aggroed here for the side of MnM. They don't want to risk it. That pushes in, started up in the mid lane, though. They have to contest. They have to fight for something. It's minions pushing to that inhibitor in the top side as well. But it's back to Barrett. It's back to Elder. Back to business here for the side of MnM. But they're going to step away into the bush. And now it looks like Demise, they want to contest this objective. Chimera's just gone top side. He's looking for an inhibitor here.
Again.
Soft, he has to make this steal happen. You could look for Mumus. He could throw someone into the fight. Already, Soft gets caught. That's going to be the Elder Drake picked up by the side of Demise. And now they've got so much to work with. Kerberos is healing like an absolute demon as they get themselves a shutdown onto the set. The bombs are going a little bit wide. Not quite finding their mic. And Zorin is running rings around them. Demise get the Elder Drake and they're able to peel away.
Huge win coming out from Demise. They get the Elder. Critically, Monkeys manages to land the smite. If they lost that smite, game was over. They would have been crushed in that fight because they only just held up, even with the advantages the Elder has. And you saw how low those health bars, that would have been executions. I'm then going to head straight over to the Baron, but with Demise having the Elder,
teleport's coming down as well.
They actually might want to fight this. They have the strength. They have the Elder buff.
They do have the Elder, but it's going to be very, very slow. They're not going to make it in time. That should just be Baron picked up. Almost picked away by Curb with the Q, but not going to get that objective. Not going to get that, and that's MnM with the Baron. But we've talked about this in the past. You'd rather the Elder over the Baron.
So there'll be a little bit of time where MnM have the Baron and the Elder's expired, but for now, Elder vs Baron. Baron gives a better pushing power, but you have to be so cautious about the engage. And no flash on a Chu, Soft, Mumus, or Chimera, and a Jarvan up against them. Obviously, the LeBlanc can get out, but the rest are going to struggle. If a team fight starts, the Elder has such a massive advantage. It's so hard to play against. So I feel like MnM, they really just cannot push up. Demise finally can take control of this game.
We'll have to see how this is going to work out here. MnM, you expect them just to turtle a little bit. They've got a lot of wave clear from a Chu. They've got supers pushing up in the top side. Kerberos did a good job to go grab that and push it away. But MnM, actually, they want to be aggressive. They want to use this Baron while they've got it. Not going to waste any time. You have to be a little careful, though, as that Elder is still on Demise.
They are using the Baron minion waves to push up. The extra 2 damage is going to help clearing them out. However, you see MnM posturing around this mid lane tower. It's going to go down very soon thanks to the cannon minion, but be cautious about a fight. Chimera's on the wings. You could look for Rabstar here. Has to be cautious. Big bomb comes in. A lot of damage to Zoran.
Serious damage coming down from that bomb. Chimera just moves to the bot side of the map, wants to buff up these minions. It looks like a 1-2 with the help of the super minions. Bias does take a little bit of something. Kerberos gets satchel charged away, and here comes Monkeys. That's going to be the bullet time throwing out, but a disengage by Mumu. It's a Cataclysm back onto a Chu. He's grounded, so he can't jump out. The Divine Judgment seals the deal, and Kerberos secures the kill onto a Chu. The support and the AD carry are down for MnM currently, and now that's the flash. They use everything on the 2-1. He has got the Haymaker, and Kerberos takes a lot of damage. The shutdown's been picked up by Soph already. Muma's still healing up. He's going to go golden for the moment. Remember, they've got the Ocean Trade to work with. Facebreaker into the Haymaker is not enough to find himself a kill, but he burns down alive. A double kill for Soph. Meanwhile, Chimera's trying to look for a kill onto Zoran. Rapstar's closing in. The Make It Rain will slow him down, but he distortions away, misses the chain, and Rapstar looks to run him through. They get themselves a Magil off, but Chimera getting his teleport back. He's coming back in. Can he get rid of the double distortion? FF cannot connect. And oh my lord, what a scrap.
Such a close fight on so many situations. The stasis active coming in clutch to deny so much time. Chimera in the side lane gets the second inhibitor down, but what a back and forth in that fight. The scaling is kicking in for Demise here, but it's still such a difficult one with this goal disadvantage. All comes in.
Oh, he goes Chimera. Doesn't quite get the kill. Burns him low. Rapstar holds his life, and that will be the end of that turret. Only 2 remain for Demise.
It's just gone,
and they've
though.
got scaling, but they have to make this happen. That's a hook onto support. FES uses the taunt. He gets knocked up, tries to get himself the zone. The Spirit's Refuge buys him enough time to get out alive. He doesn't have teleport, so he's going to have to base and make his way back towards his team. Now it looks like MnM want to get themselves onto this mid lane inhibitor. They want to get this objective. Rapstar does have his ultimate available. He can clear out minion waves if he needs to. Chimera goes in, gets a big old poke off onto Zoran and onto Monkeys. They step away, calming down a little bit. I say that, and then Chimera jumps
The burst
forward.
keeps coming out. It's poking them down. It's so difficult to deal with. They cannot return to the fountain. Or the inhibitor goes down. Kalira's going down.
Kalira's going to get the Divine Judgment onto him. The bullet time as well. Chimera very, very low, but not dead yet. Mumus remains tanky, remains vigilant, pushing up.
Rapstar!
The Soul, they've got it. Rapstar still got GA though, so he should be fine for the moment. All of the inhibitors are down. The minions can push up forward. And MnM, what a scrap for the base.
They got what they wanted in the end. But the inhibitor respawns. But critically, look what is on the map. Look at that Dragon Pit. Elder coming up in less than a minute. 2 inhibitors is going to mean Demise. They have to push out the waves now. Fortunately, the inhibitor that respawned is on the opposite side of the map from the Elder Dragon. This Elder Dragon, we saw how powerful it can be in team fights. There will be a team fight for this, and it may well dictate the game.
Note this, Chimera will have teleport roughly around the time the dragon spawns, so he can actually push pressure on that top side of the map for his team. So
The waves are just pushing in the inhibitor.
No one's massive wave.
Kerberos should grab that and TP in.
He's not going to do so. He wants to make sure his team definitely get this Elder Dragon. It's so important for him. Another minion wave is joining up, so that will be the inhibitor just getting focused out here. You can see Chimera's just barreling up there. He wants to pick up that objective. His teleport will be coming up in seconds, so it will be up in time. He's going to pick that up uncontested. The rest of his team just play back safe.
Remember,
they look
no fast recall on the Dragon.
He has the elixir as well.
Elixir sorcery doing extra damage to the objectives. They have to get this Elder and get out, or they
just want
lose
to
the
stop
game.
the bases. They just want to stop the bases. Chimera's looking to end. Teleport's being used already. That's going to be one getting out. He does have the ability to execute. The turret will fall to Chimera. True damage to structures doing so much work. The rest of the team collapsing in. Demise, low health bar. Teleport's coming in on the flank. He's going to get instantly caught out. Chimera just flashes away. Jumps into the distortion. That's giving the Cataclysm to put him in place, but the Mega Inferno Bomb is murdering everyone on Demise. Soph is running through them. It's a double kill for him. MnM have turned the fight around. They lost 2 Elder Dragons, but they still had the soul. They still had the spirit to close the game out. Kerberos, Divine Judgment will not allow him anything. He does get one execute on, but it's a G, A, and the ace for MnM. 1 tower stands between them and getting their win here today. The UKLC closes out with MnM crushing Demise.
They don't care about the scaling. They They don't care about the Elder Dragon. They still win the team fight. And what a great engage at the end coming out from Chimera with a Fire on top. The AoE damage he did was just amazing. Just such great play. We said they had to get things going in the early. Maybe a little bit slow paced, but they caught up later on and their play around objectives was really strong. Chimera, definitely my MVP. You know, he tweeted out before the UKLC started about he felt hurt getting placed at the bottom on so many tier lists. I think he proved them wrong right now. That was such a good performance.
I believed in you.
The consistent pressure, moving in the side lanes of the planet there, and then that final team fight, that engage, the AoE on the ult distortion, just really solid play. And I think MnM has shown a lot of strengths here, and I think we've constantly said MnM with a third place team, the team who could challenge academies. There's more competition this split, but I think they still have a good chance.
There's so many good-looking rosters coming into this season, and you know, it's been the story of today. Was last season was relatively lopsided. Now we moved on to double round robin. We do get to see a little bit more kind of some different stuff from some of the teams because you know they won't just be getting drawn into the same teams over and over again. And you know, it genuinely feels like this is going to be a very close season. We saw Envision really give it to BTXL.
We're on day one.
I know.
We're on day one, and we've already had so much amazing matchups. We still have day two in front of us, which is going to allow even more. And we have a whole split of this. And so many orgs have just stepped up. And they've wanted to find their identity, develop their rosters, and put a challenge to the academy teams. Because as a viewer, it was difficult to watch the academy stomp everyone.
Yeah.
And I think it's even worse if you're part of the org and you're just saying, we cannot challenge them. So it feels like so many of the orgs have gone, look, we want to beat them. We're going to do everything we can, and you can see some of it coming to fruition already. Envision putting up a good challenge. MnM showing a lot of promise. Demise,
a lot of promise there as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, they did end up having to use their sub 80 carry at the last second, but they still put up a solid fight against MnM. And
exactly,
this is the start of the split. They have so much time to keep working on this, and I'm just excited. I'm glad to be back in the league and starting up again.
I can't wait for tomorrow. And speaking tomorrow, let's have a little look at our games and see who will be playing who. BTXL will be taking on MnM to open the day. That is going to be an absolute doozy. Then it's going to be Demise versus Fnatic Rising. Another doozy to follow. We'll have ourselves Barrage taking on Envision as our third game of the day, and we'll be rounding it out with Enclave versus Phelan. So, wow.